Legend of the Samurai.
Cute, cute.
Cute, cute.
Cuckoo.
Oh, we're already in the courtroom.
Yep,
I thought usually we just appear in the hallway outside.
normally.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
Well, I think those were just tutorial cases. I mean, they even showed you who the murderer was.
Ah, yeah.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The defense aren't just one picture, Your Honor.
I have one picture as evidence, Your Honor, and that's it. But we'll find more during the case and present it during the trial, okay?
That's because Edgeworth stole all your evidence and even will fake some. Because you weren't allowed to see any of it. So you can tell which was real and which is fake.
Don't look now, but Edgeworth is making fake evidence behind your back, Your Honor.
Edgeworth never gets punished for that.
Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed and stole actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact.
I see. Very well, I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness.
Very well. I call the most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand.
He looks confused right off the bat.
Detective, if you will briefly describe this case to the court, don't make me cut your wages again. Yes, sir, I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layouts of the studios, see? This here is the employee area. The actors get a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studio. The security lady that works at the studios here at 1 p.m. at that day. Past the security station, there's a gate, see? And a gate you could just walk around.
Yeah.
Past that are the studios. They do not have a fence, they just have some trees. And here it is, Studio 1. That is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. What? Victim, Jack Hammer. The defendant, Will Powers. And the young woman for the protection assistant. I thought you said there was only 2 people there. Now there's 3.
That changed.
All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. After lunch, the victim Jack Hammer went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. She's the latest worker there. She arrives the latest. Everyone else just goes without security until 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Now jump ahead later to that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was a murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again?
Should I listen to the whole thing again?
They actually give you the option to listen to that again. Why would you want to?
No, I'm fine. I think I could probably remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. This spear was found stuck in the chest of the victim.
Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. What's a quace? And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see?
Understood.
call the security officer to the stand. Just so that way Phoenix will not get a chance to question my first witness.
No cross-examination on Gumshoe, huh?
No cross-examination on Gumshoe, he's too stupid. He'll fuck up my case too badly. Will the witness declare her name?
Apparently not.
Why, aren't you a handsome fellow?
Oh my god.
I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered.
Oh my god.
Your name, please. Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please.
Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names.
Wendy Oldbag, dearie. They just called me Grandma. It's practically my name. When I was young, I was Oldbag. Still, other children will make fun of me. Believe it, there was this boy captain of the chess club junior high. He called me Oldbag. I cried.
Oh my god.
Objection! I object to the witness.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, I think I got a fair amount of that.
Objection sustained.
Enough of her rambling.
Yeah. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand.
I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony.
Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct?
Why did they hire an old woman to be their security? Like their only security guard, and only there after all the actors were there in rehearsing.
Low on money.
Yeah.
It's usually what places like that do.
But places like that hire older people for security later on when they don't have money.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I was.
And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you.
You know your stuff, dearie.
You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag.
Wait a minute. Windbag.
Oh, windbag.
Wendy Oldbag. She's old and she's a windbag.
Right.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest of his has been doing a run-through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers. That man right there, and he was headed towards the studio.
You saw the defendant then? Very well, let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Oh boy. Here we go. What do I have for stuff? I got the photo, I got the spear, got a card key card, a guide to global studios.
So we can't note anything about the idea that there might be another person just yet, just because there wasn't confirmed.
Yeah. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. So up until that time, anyone who wanted to could go into the studio?
Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You need an employee key card to get in.
Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is no one who isn't supposed to be there could get in.
Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the guard station?
They run through?
They were working out a scene between Steel Samurai and Evil Magistrate. They got the basics figured out by noon, and they were to use the afternoon for practice. Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon.
So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing. Talk about a laid-back hero.
If there was a run-through in the morning, why did you only get there at afternoon?
Huh. What kind of errands?
Oh, well, you know.
Answer the question.
Actually, I was watching poor Emma and Powers, observing, you know.
Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station?
Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job. It's horrible.
I'm not sure your boss would see it that way.
Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. I never missed one in all my years. Wow, I want to see Steel Samurai run through too.
You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty.
Not a bad idea. Anyway, it was one when I got to the guard station. She was shirking her work.
Did you see the victim then?
Did I see poor old Hammer? No. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. This is stupid. Someone could have easily walked past you before you got there.
Yeah.
Tell us what happened next. And all they had to do is blend in with the crowds when someone got in.
So you're watching there the whole time? No breaks? Not even a second?
Of course! I'm a professional, you know. Or are you criticizing how I do my job, Whippersnapper?
No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday.
I can watch the gate and eat donuts at the same time. Whippersnapper! Whipper-wapper. Old Windbag is losing in there.
Why don't you raise an objection? So the witness was on duty through the afternoon. The whole time. Very well. What did you see?
Just because he died then doesn't mean it was murdered then.
Yeah.
That's kind of strange. It could have happened earlier, but he just didn't die for a bit.
Yeah. How did you know that?
Oh, I have my ways, that overdressed young detective told me. I fed him some donuts and he talked and talked. If you ask me, that detective isn't cut out for his job.
Dang.
Poor detective.
Getting routed out by a security guard. Two? You sure?
Sure as spit.
But who was the man?
Wait a minute, what time was that photo taken? Yeah,
Two.
I was gonna say two. It wouldn't have walked right by her. It would have walked right by the camera at that time.
Oh.
Think of it, you already had a problem with the fact that it could be anyone in that suit.
Yeah.
As well as they took in the suit.
Yeah, the only thing is, like, legs are dragging. Like, his leg's actually right here.
How could he even walk in that?
I don't know. Somebody's short. The girl!
You think the girl did it?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of somebody short.
Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something. Now, don't get your skimmies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was.
So you saw him, Mr. Powers.
That's why I said, got wax in your ears, honey. Nick, this is your chance.
Well, time to pull out the secret weapon.
I'll say it again. It was him. That's something that wanted you to use the photo.
Let me get this straight, old bag. Or, Miss Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than a steel samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Miss Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? No, they can't. Oh, well, I mean, I wonder.
True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that. I wasn't born yesterday.
No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss, Witness. She's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Nosy old man. Of course I have proof.
What?
Huh?
Even Edgeworth is surprised.
The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look.
Wow, old Windbag has left even Wedgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof, then.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind ya. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
So he had sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Well, that explains why he was sleeping.
She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Squeals!
Wheel!
Bum, bing, bing.
Whippersnapper.
Yeah, I haven't said anything yet.
I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I said is on the straight and narrow, the up and up. Youth today always whining about each other is enough to make an old lady cry. Mr. Wright, please for all our sakes, try not to upset the witness.
I think Edgeworth has met his match. Trip and fall.
Yes, and I think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course.
You helped make it better?
I kissed it where it hurt.
Oh my god. Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Power's ankle. You may continue your testimony.
Broke one of the props. You broke a prop?
Sure did. He broke his own samurai spear.
His samurai spear? The murder weapon?
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
This strikes me as a significant detail. Better write this down in a court record. The murder weapon. A break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape. Does that look like it has duct tape on it?
No, but the original one doesn't either.
Interesting.
I might have just chosen not to draw it.
Was Mr. Power's ankle badly sprained?
That was what you just said. Not so bad he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch.
Thus the nap.
Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot around when he walked.
Dragging his foot. Okay.
I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor?
Well, there is one thing that bothers me.
Which is?
Where is this steel samurai costume now?
Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the steel samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers.
I suppose that's right. Are you sure, Your Honor? Sure you're sure, Honor? Well, they're right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the steel samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hamber. We have to consider that possibility also.
And allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask twice. The time of the poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. Not the assistant. No one else went there. The assistant was just staying there the entire time. If they had, I would have seen them. But you missed the assistant.
So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be the steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Where's the assistant?
Yeah, where's the assistant? Why wouldn't you not see the assistant?
Boop, beep, beep, bow,
Are you excited about seeing
bing.
this lady again?
Yeah, she's not bad.
She's not the worst witness you've gotten.
Nah.
Who's the one you never want to cross-examine again?
I think they were all okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The bellboy was a little weird.
I think the bellboy was the most normal out of them. He was just excited.
Yeah. Are you absolutely sure? Yeah.
Oh, quite sunny. Nobody's suspicious looking passed by at all.
Nobody suspicious looking. Right.
No one else went there.
No one. What about before you got to the guard station?
You mean before 1 o'clock? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. That gate is very short. You could just jump it.
Yeah.
If someone really wanted to get in, they could jump that gate.
Yeah.
Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them.
Are you sure?
The witnesses answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy.
Edgy boy.
Old windbag shows balls, or, well, you know what I mean.
All the windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or for that matter, entirely forgetting them.
How convenient.
Something for you to look forward to, perhaps? What? Right, so we're back to the beginning of this, so I must have missed something.
It'll keep going around in circles until you trigger the next one. How long you take, at least. You won't be punished for looking for everything over and over.
Yay! How do you know that?
Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective. And then, after some rubbish about it being secret pal, he told me everything.
I see. Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officers' fondness for donuts.
Oh, quite sunny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all.
Nobody suspicious looking, right.
You can also present them with pictures of people. Maybe that would work.
I only got one picture.
No, pictures of people.
Really?
Yeah, let me open that again. Pictures within your files.
No, I only got options, press, and present.
And only you're able to present them with pictures of people. Like the people's pick cases themselves.
Ah.
Oh, I might have got that wrong. Oh well. Yeah, it doesn't seem like you're just able to show a picture of the girl. It is not
No, I did it wrong. Okay. Hmm.
I'm sure someone else went there.
No, that's not either. True.
Everything in there. You can get lost very quickly. Oh, there we go.
Ah, I got it. Okay, so it was a photo when she says no one else went there. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios,
no one
correct?
else went there. How can you prove that it wasn't power? It was Powers in there still.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, Sonny.
So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a
Yeah,
picture?
this is picture number 2.
Oh, yeah.
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Right. Anyway. It's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data.
Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening.
That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2.
Even I know that means it was taken 2 p.m. on October 15th. Really, Sonny?
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2.
Photo number 2?
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Order! Order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright.
Also, why didn't it take a picture of every single person who walked over there to try and find the body?
I don't know.
Wouldn't you have pictures of everyone joining in? And that way if someone went over there earlier than 1 p.m. and just slipped in with the group, you'd be able to tell by who wasn't in the pictures.
Yeah. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1 but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo?
Wouldn't the other photo have been the person who went there at 1?
Yeah. I guess the issue is who deleted that photo.
Yeah, why are the photos missing?
Yeah. Because she's on the witness stand right now. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, if he's deleting photos for a day of a murder, that's kind of important. We need to know when everyone passed through that gate.
Yeah. Only someone with access, the security lady herself.
You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Well, yes, that's what it would seem to me.
Can a witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Energy boy, help. Huh? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper. Whippersnapper.
Something the matter, Miss Oldbag?
Ah, that's right. I just remembered something.
Oh my god. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai?
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. Just casually forgot.
Really? I see.
Well, I don't think it could be this person either. It's a little kid.
Hmm. Your testimony, please.
I mean, seriously, would the little kid be able to do it?
Maybe.
Maybe. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I got through the photos recorded on this security computer and checked them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. Why did you throw out a photo? This old bag, this is the first I've heard of this. Why did you throw out a photo that happened on the day of the murder, and you admitted you did it afterwards? Like, it would make sort of sense if you did it before the murder was known, but you definitely did it afterwards.
Yeah.
You said you did it at the end of the day. Well, of course, Sonny, I only just remembered it.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this.
Hmm.
This was not that bright. But hey, if a little kid can just get in here and run around all that he wants, couldn't an adult do the same?
Probably.
There is a kid just running around the studio like a mad person.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Later on, he's gonna ask you for trading cards.
Trading cards.
Yeah. He has evidence, and to get it, you have to give him a trading card.
Oh my gosh. Hmm. Another job?
That's right. I check all the people that pass by the main gate that day. I look closely at every one of the photos that security camera takes. Do you back up all the security camera data? Well, they keep telling me to, yes.
But you don't.
But those computers are just so frustrating.
Right.
She just throws them all out.
How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking?
Oh, you can tell by looking at the faces, for the most part.
For the most part? This is a murder trial, Miss Old Hag.
Old hag.
Old Hag.
Well, I didn't touch that suspicious looking Will Powers photo, did I?
I think she's missing the point.
Come to think of it now, I remember. She just threw out a photo for no reason.
Oh my gosh. Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased?
A fanboy.
Fanboy.
Steel Samurai fanboys, real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
Wait a second, didn't you just say no one else could get in?
The little kids run around.
I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area.
Really?
The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in. You have little kids crawling through the sewers.
Oh my gosh. They come in through the drain?
I told you, they were freaks. You have little kids sneaking in through the sewer systems.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and
And?
they're kids. Children. Whippersnappers.
Kids? So on the photo that you erased...
It was a boy, probably second or third grade.
What?
Yeah, don't think that he did it.
Order! Order! Let me get this straight. You saw two people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai, dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh yes, well we see his type here every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him. A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a boy to wield the samurai spear.
Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
Right, as I said, I didn't pay him much mind.
But we have another witness.
That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect.
Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him.
He's a little kid.
This court will take a 5-minute recess.
I'm pretty sure you don't want to suspect a little kid.
I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. October 18th, 11:08 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3.
Woo!
Mr. Powers? Yes? Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio?
You're just harassing this poor guy.
I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest. And dreaming about the day that I could fight Wolverine as Sabretooth.
So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo? You know, that's headcanon now. This guy went from the Steel Samurai to finally being able to show his face on screen.
Yeah. How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of that stuff.
Couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume.
You have fanboys running around all the time. One would steal it to sell it.
Yeah. So, where does this leave me? Doesn't look good. Sniff. You're the only likely suspect right now.
Nick, what are we going to do?
First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this.
Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day.
Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually.
Hey Nick, it's time.
Okay, let's go. Sigh. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Sniff.
I would think the best person would be the attendant. He was over there.
Yeah.
You can't blame this on a little kid.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter?
The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there's still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Order. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right. Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. So, who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed
They're
the
being very
murder?
lenient. They're only taking 2 bars away if you do the wrong one.
Huh. The assistant. It was the assistant. The Steel Samurai costume was in his dressing room. She stole it, and in doing so, she became the Steel Samurai. So you're saying the Steel Samurai in the picture is really the assistant? That's correct, Your Honor.
If you're serious, you've got guts, Mr. Wright. Remember the photo? Wasn't the Steel Samurai a little lame? He was dragging his foot.
Oh. Uh-oh. Bad feeling time.
Remember the testimony concerning Power's injury? Talents and poor Hammer were at the run-through. Oh, me.
What about the assistant?
I think we already did these.
Ah. She didn't know about Power's ankle.
The assistant knew nothing of Mr. Power's injury. She could look at the Steel Samurai with that costume. If she couldn't walk, the Steel Samurai walked. She wouldn't have limped. That kind of takes the legs out from under that case.
That's a good pun. Mr. Wright. I'm afraid I have to penalize you as I warned. Damn! May we move on, Mr. Wright? This fight isn't over yet.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Oh, wasn't this old bag or the grade school boy?
The boy, I guess. It was the grade school boy. See, when the music stops, it means you got it right. Why isn't anyone saying anything?
Are you seriously suggesting the boy did it, Mr. Wright? Grade school boy kills veteran action star with spear. For one thing, the murder weapon was with the Steel Samurai. Would you care to explain just how the boy would have obtained it from him?
Maybe that was a dumb move on my part.
Maybe. How about absolutely, Nick?
Mr. Wright, I'm afraid. Oh my god.
Okay, so it looks like the only person who can say next is old bag.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
You didn't see that last time?
No, it's a quote. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. May we move on, Mr. Wright? Girl, this fight isn't over yet. Oh my god. Really?
You have to choose the security lady. Then again, we're only running by her testimony, so if she did it, it would make sense.
Ha! That's how you get your bars back. It was the security lady, Windy Old Bag.
Who?
The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There's only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Old Bag.
What? Whippersnapper.
Order! Order! Is this true, Old Bag?
Old Bag, that's Miss Old Bag to you.
Miss Old Bag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal a Steel Samurai costume, then slipped into the studio one, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing a Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture.
Yeah, she also has the ability to delete any pictures, and even beyond the first one, she can delete without any evidence of.
Yeah. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right there. Right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter?
The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What? What's that supposed to mean? So you all think I did it, is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there. Do something.
What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way.
Give her a break.
I don't know if I want to be mean. I don't know if I want to be mean, but let's take that route for a second. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day.
But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hannah?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive, too. Indeed. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased. Now she's trying to pick out a little kid.
Oh my god. It's only a grade schooler, though, as you said. Second or third grade, was it?
That doesn't matter.
Oh, now it doesn't matter.
When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure? Or is it to be nice to kids and mean to your elders? They whip us napper.
I have proof.
Proof?
Indeed. Let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. Yeah, proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder.
Weren't they talking about that earlier? Well, the boy wouldn't be able to pick the costume, but he also wouldn't be able to pick up that spear.
Spear?
Yeah, they were talking about how the spear would be too heavy for a child.
Right. Take that! Take that! Your Honor. The murder weapon was a samurai spear. The very spear is shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible. I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? The windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Wendy. What's her name? What was her name?
Something old bag, Your Honor.
Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Wait a second. I'm not gonna sit here while you run off barking the wrong tree, me. I'm talking. Oh great, stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk.
Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not talk about?
By whom?
Huh. You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, testify.
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me just to pretend like they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're gonna go accusing me, I'm not gonna let them get away scot-free.
Huh. Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Well, she's obviously gonna be fired already. Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. Unless it's actually doing your job, apparently.
Yeah.
You know?
No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag!
What she was saying, she went off and watched the rehearsal instead of doing her job, and then they tell her to keep backups of the pictures, and she just deletes them.
Yeah.
But she does what she's told now.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Well, doesn't this help both your client and her?
Yeah. Boom, beam, bam, Bim, bum, 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 bum.
I always do what I'm told, unless it involves me actually doing my job.
So you were told not to talk.
That's right, by the studio and TV bigwigs, no less. Why didn't I hear about this? Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it.
Who are these people? Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
The director?
I should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course. Well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
So, where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Where?
Yeah.
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer. Obviously, we're right next to the area and could have done it themselves.
Right. It's a Studio 2. There was a Studio 2? Come on.
It's right next to there and they would have had to pass by the gate. Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate all the way to the left.
The path where the monkey's head was fallen over. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked him all my questions, but... Yeah. Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder.
I know that, silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side.
So you got your bonus and you still talked. I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. Your Honor? We have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of.
Edward does not seem to be happy.
It's like really upset.
Well, yeah, his witness just didn't bother telling him something. And it's his witness.
Yeah.
I understand, Your Honor.
This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. October 18th, 104, District Court. Defendant Lobby Number 3. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Oh, really? It's nothing. Or should I?
We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses, for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination.
So Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that steel samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag? Have you not been paying any attention, Maya? Maya doesn't listen to the court cases at all, and then she takes credit.
What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick. But you're the one who just asked.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers.
Oh, Linda, I kind of feel sorry for her.
Well, she wasn't winning any points in there with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios.
Right, we'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks. Thanks, guys. The plot thickens.
There we go. You beat your first day in court.
Yay.
Remember, you have to beat it in 2 more days. Otherwise, you're automatically guilty. How dare you not prove your innocence in 3 days?
Oh my god. Alright. Anyways, want to thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment.
Tonton's so cute.
Hope you have yourself a good day.
Cute.
Alright, go.
You're cute.
Here, go.
You're cute.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.